I'm just going to introduce the persons with whom you'll be speaking this evening. First of all will be Detective William Ashworth. Detective Ashworth is the lead detective in the Cobra homicides. He will be followed by Kristen Kyle Castelli, an assistant district attorney who has worked very closely with the police department in the building of this criminal case. And then lastly will be Detective Chad Gish. As you all know, he is one of the police department's electronics experts who has testified at many criminal trials. And he will speak with you about the importance of electronics evidence, generally speaking, in these major cases. First, Detective Ashworth.
Afternoon. Over the past 5 weeks, myself along with the East Investigations team, detectives from other precincts, our tech division, the crime lab, and the DA's office have all worked together to investigate the double homicide that occurred at the Cobra on August 17th, earlier this year. After an exhausting investigation that all culminated in a 20-count indictment against 3 individuals on Tuesday of this week. All of the counts were found, a true bill was found on all of these, and the cases will go before a jury trial. I have to thank everybody that was a member of the East Investigative Unit, all of the tech squad, the DA's office, all were involved and were very helpful in investigating and solving this needless, this terrible and needless act. This has been hard on East Nashville and in Davidson County in general. I'm sure that several people have been afraid, but I hope at this point they are able to find some type of solace that 3 individuals have been indicted on these charges and awaiting jury trial.
I just want to say that the investigation in this particular case has been outstanding work by Metro Nashville Police Department. They put their all into every case that I have ever worked with them. But when a case like this shakes the community to its core in the way that this case has, Metro Nashville Police Department has done a phenomenal job across all divisions, whether it be the crime scene unit or whether it be the technology unit. The East Nashville detectives have done outstanding work, working pretty close to 24 hours a day for the last 5 weeks. The DA's office has been overwhelmed by the amount of work and grateful to be able to work alongside with them to brainstorm and come up with the best avenues and make sure that we were fully investigating this case. From here, the grand jury has come down with the indictment. It will be arraigned probably in the next few weeks, where we will start discussion dates, and it'll be a multiple-month process after that. So, but thank you to Nashville Police Department for all of their hard work.
Good evening. I just want to echo what Detective Ashworth said about this being just a senseless homicides. Every homicide that we have or every crime in this city is just horrible. And we work hard. We work really hard together to come up with the evidence that we need and to find the suspects. It's no secret that our unit in the Surveillance Investigative Support Unit are supporting East on a case like this. We were called out early for video and electronic data. We've spent, to echo Kristen, hundreds of hours over the last 5 weeks going through all of this data in different devices that we've recovered. Of course, I can't go into details about what we have found on any of these devices or any of this video. That'll come out at a later date. But just rest assured, the police department's been doing this with the tech unit for roughly 12 or 13 years, and we'll keep doing it and to find justice for all of our victims and any type of evidence that we can find.
Detective Ashworth, can you say anything to help explain how the case went from being with men who were persons of interest for having the victim's credit cards to then being suspects of the shooting? Publicly, I think the last information we got was that some of these men had been linked to victims' cards, but obviously some more work has happened behind the scenes. It hasn't been explained publicly, and I'm curious if you can tell us how those connections were made.
Unfortunately, I can't really at this time. It being that we still have to go through a jury trial. I can tell you that credit cards were used. There was some tracking of cell phones. Detective Gish was extremely helpful in getting us information from the suspects' cell phones to be able to use in the continuance of the investigation.
And additionally, there have been statements from the police that have said that these men have potentially been suspects or possible suspects in some other shootings in the area about the same time frame. Can you say anything about the investigations into those shootings and how they relate to these men?
I can't. I was the lead detective on this particular homicide. I have worked with other detectives, and we have shared information as far as leads that may assist in their cases, but I can't speak to their cases.
Have you been in contact with the victims' families? What I'm sure that they're happy about these indictments. Just what type of
I was in contact with the victims and their families yesterday. I haven't spoken with them since the indictments came down. I understand the DA's office has. I can't imagine what they're going through right now, and this can't fix anything, but I hope it is some solace.
Can you touch on the video evidence, specifically whether it came from businesses, witnesses, what sort of surveillance you were looking through?
No, I just really can't. I can't put that evidence in jeopardy right now. Just know that we do have evidence. We have quite a bit of evidence that electronic evidence. It'll come out in time. Whenever we start having the judicial proceedings through criminal court, some of these things will come out. It's just, I think we're lucky to have a police department that just goes through and has a unit to assist in these investigations, like here at East, that can go through these things and go through them timely and rather quickly and pull these things out. I mean, we were in it really quick when we first got the call from the detectives. So we try to get things before they get erased or before they get overridden, I can tell you that, and we were successful.
Does this video evidence play a big role in leading to these charges?
I think all the evidence will play a big role. I mean, just last week you saw in the McLaughlin case that we had, that evidence played a huge role in that case. There's a lot of other cases that you may have not heard about that evidence plays a huge role in it. Of course, we had the Vanderbilt case that it played a huge role in that case. And from my experience, I would assume that the evidence would play a huge role in this case, the electronic evidence as well.
Did you have to do a forensic recovery of anything that had been erased?
We do a forensic recovery on everything. So on all the devices that we were able to seize through search warrants and through the detectives' investigations, we were able to do a forensic recovery on a lot of different things. Getting into whether files were deleted or video was deleted at this point, no, we're not going to go into that yet.
Are we looking for any more people at this point, or do we think we have everyone?
I'll leave that to Detective Ashburn.
At this time, we have investigated the case as thoroughly as we possibly can in the past 5 weeks. However, the investigation is not close to being done. We were able to gather enough evidence for these indictments. As far as looking for anybody else specifically, not at this time. We believe that we have the individuals who committed the homicides, whether or not other crimes were committed after the fact by other individuals. I'm not going to go into that at this time.
How cooperative have these suspects been in interviews or just talking with detectives during these 5 weeks?
I can't really go into that.
Is there any suspected motive other than just simple robbery?
I can't. The motive absolutely seems to be robbery. Whether or not there was some other specific intent, I can't say.
Because you don't know, or because it's something from the case you can't reveal?
Because I won't say.
You got to remember one thing too, we're still going through this evidence, this digital evidence as well. I mean, we've still got additional search warrants to complete. We've still got different devices. I mean, we've spent hundreds of hours on what we've recovered so far, but there may be additional things that I can recover or our team can recover for the detectives to use. So we don't want to go into specifics right now about motive, but the motive, we have our reasons to believe that maybe there were some other reasons other than robbery.
Anything else?
I know that you said, that the DA's office had been in touch with the family. Is there anything that you can just say?
I mean, we made contact with all of the victims, family members and the surviving victims from the indictment today. We've spent hours on the phone with each one of them. It's an emotional time. We're trying to offer them the services that are provided for victims of crime to make sure that they have all the available resources at this point in time. So.
Good, thank you.
And I think I would add, on behalf of Detective James Davis from the Madison Precinct, Detective Davis is the lead detective in the Rice homicide that occurred in mid-August. That investigation is still very much ongoing and active, and I know Detective Davis is working with the district attorney's office as he advances his investigation, hopefully to the stage that this Cobra case is in today. All right.